So good day, everybody. This is my second attempt on this. This is Sunday. It's in the afternoon. My first attempt was actually this morning, and after I had talked a bit about the Jeremiah reading that we did today, the Spirit it said to me, "That's good, um, but not exactly balanced. Did you consider this?" And showed me something else, and I was like, "Oh, I got to redo the video." So we're reading through Jeremiah, and we're at a point, and it's a very simple thing that said. You remember that part of Israel's the whole kingdom, both kingdoms, Judah and Israel combined. Part of the problem is they forgot their purpose. They forgot they weren't there for themselves. They forgot that God had actually raised them for a reason. And there's the reasons were manyfold, but the thing was that they were to be leaders in the world. They were to set examples of what it looked like um, to belong to Yahweh, to be His worshipers, what life looked like with His protection and His provision and everything. Um, they were supposed to be the shining examples. At one point, they're told that they will be the head and not the tail. That they would lend, that they would not borrow. This is the we don't want to say it's something that is natural that comes from a relationship with Father. It's just a natural product. The relationship is the foundation. What you get out of the relationship is not, that's just the fruit that comes from it. It's the actual relationship with the Father that is our blessing. But there's this fruit that comes from it as well. And being the leaders and not the followers, being the ones who lend and not borrow is part of that. And so we have this part in Jeremiah where it's being said that concerning the world, concerning fashioning themselves after the world, it said, they will turn to you, you won't turn to them. So they will turn to you for help. They'll turn to you for example. You will not turn to them for help. You will not turn to them for example. Because the reason that Israel got in a lot of trouble was because they forgot the kingdom way. They forgot Yahweh's way. They forgot His principles. They forgot the reason they forgot is because they forgot the relationship with Him. They just totally forgot the relationship with Him, and so they ended up losing out. They because they didn't have the relationship with Him, they didn't have His wisdom, they didn't have the principles that He laid out. They didn't have any of these things, and it was disaster after disaster after disaster that they hit. Now, what's important here is to bring in the balance when we talk about the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower, and us getting our identity from Christ and not from the world, and following His example and not the example of the world, is what we have to keep in mind is the purpose in it. And that we're told by Jesus that if we want to be the leaders, we have to know, we have to be the servants. To be a leader in the kingdom is to be a servant in the kingdom. And we see this. Joseph is really the prototype for this. That Joseph had received the dreams of his destiny, but there was a path of humility that he would have to walk through. That he would understand that in every situation, the Lord would use him. The Lord would bless him and use him if he stayed true to his principles, true to the character of God, not his own character, but the character of Yahweh. And that's what he did. He served well in every situation he was in. There's a reason why Potiphar's wife was attracted to him. Uh, he was a man of character, and in that character there was power, and it was for her. It was very attractive. So um, he did well in the jail, so that when he got to that place before Pharaoh, Pharaoh saw in Joseph, he just didn't hand his kingdom over to anybody. He looked at Joseph. He saw in Joseph the character that he needed for a leader. It was more than just his connection with God. He saw in him this character of leadership. Uh, but it would have been a disaster if it had not been married to the humble character that the Lord had made sure was there. And so we have to understand it, some people get this idea that we are supposed to lord it over the world, and it's not. That's not what it is to take care of the world as the what the Lord had given to us, to tend to it, when you tend to your garden, you you do everything to help that garden produce bountifully. You weed it, you prune, you water, you take care of it so it will in abundance. And this is what we are in this world. We have life in abundance, and we are leaders. We are supposed to demonstrate this life in abundance to the whole world, so that they would see and be attracted to this thing, that they would want this thing, that they would want this relationship. When we go around and we card people because of rules and regulations, listen, that all comes out of relationship, but you have to get to the relationship first. You have to start with the relationship. And when people are attracted to abundant life, to people who are full of joy, people who are prosperous in their relationships, who are generous, who just givers of everything, who gladly lend, who will protect people, who will defend people, who will be positive about things. I'm not saying to ignore the evil, because we have to confront evil, but we confront evil with good. That's what the word says. We overcome evil with good, not with more evil, not with hate, not with slander, not with this sort of stuff. We overcome evil with good. This is who we are, people. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And this is what we see. And we forget. And we chase after what's important to the world instead of to the kingdom. And we forget that we belong to the kingdom, and it's different rules in the kingdom. It's different principles in the kingdom. It's based on something different in the kingdom. So so that's where we need to get to. And hopefully, Holy Spirit, hopefully you're pleased with that, and that is the balance that you're looking for in this message. So you people be blessed. We missed you guys today. We really did. We love you, and we are looking forward to being back soon. A couple more churches to visit, a little more exercise to get, a little more rest to get, and we will be back full force. And I got a whole slew of things to talk to you guys about. Love you all. God bless.